Robert, how are you, buddy? Oh, look who it is. It's the bear. Or should I say it's the beard? What's up, Wade? How are you, buddy? Two guys I haven't seen in a while. Long time no see. Very long time no see. I think I saw a message from you, Robert. You said you changed to an iPhone or something like that? Whoa, look who it is. It's Carter. Carter, you and I need to have a talk, Carter. Nah, you don't have to apologize, Wade. Never have to apologize, dude. Carter, you and I have to talk. I saw your post today about your upcoming book, poetry book. I love it. Great news. What's the great news, Robert? Carter. There she is, the lady of the hour. Yeah, I miss you too, Wade. I don't know if you're gonna make it here to Hawaii, but that would be great. You're in remission? That's awesome, Robert. Really, really awesome. That's great news. That's not good news. That's great news. You publish it today? Man, Carter, I need to have you on as one of our guests. We need to talk. I saw that today. I said, man, it'd be a great opportunity to share your book that you published today. I believe it's poetry, you said. But if you hear later on in our scope tonight or in this live, I am going to have you come up if that's okay, and we can talk or chit chat for a little bit. Stacy, I'm going to add you, Stacy, so you can join. Let's see. Thanks, guys, for joining. Thank you tonight, Wade, Robert, Carter. Great to see you guys. It really is.
Hi.
There she is.
Can you hear me okay?
I can absolutely hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you.
Cool. You'll be back? Okay, Carter. I'll wait for you. I'll make sure to watch for you.
Hey, Butcha.
Oh, we want to wait to Victor. How was your day, Stacy?
It was good. Thank you. It was good. Productive. Always productive.
Good, good, good. I know I see your when I see you posting those little pink posts, I know that you're building those blocks, so I thought
Right.
that's really, really neat. I love that.
I like I feel like the eye when everything's just right next to each other, the eye doesn't
Hmm.
it can't focus on the specific design. So I
That's
just
fine.
yeah, that's my palette.
That's a good idea because I think they call it spatial difference of distance or something like that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I can't remember the jargon, the term, but Robert, you got no hair. So, Stacy, Robert is a friend of mine. It's like a brother who used to be on Periscope back when I used to do scopes on there.
Nice.
And I think you know Bearded Dynasty. He's Wade. He was
Yes.
also one of Kelly's mods.
Yes.
And then there was Carter Vintage earlier. She was also in Kelly's scopes.
Yes, I remember Carter.
Yeah, so I asked her to come back and talk about a specific event that's going on in her life right now. It's
Good.
actually great news.
Good. Good
Yeah,
news is
it's
good
great
news.
news.
Great news is better.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's still a little bit early. I'm going to give it about another 2 minutes, and then we'll get
Okay.
started if that's okay.
Yep. I'm
Good.
good.
Have, have you had your dinner already? Because wait, what time is it there? 9:30, something like that?
Yeah, it's 9:39 right now. Yes, I ate. I didn't eat much. I haven't been eating much lately. I don't know what's yeah, just haven't been eating much. But I had a crab salad.
Well, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was
That
all
sounds
right.
really good. Yeah? Was it
Yeah, it was not
homemade?
great. No. I
Oh,
actually ordered out tonight just because I was running around doing so much. I usually cook. I love cooking.
that's why it was all right. That's why it was just all
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
right.
Have you
Robert,
eaten?
I haven't eaten all day. It's been
Okay.
a busy day for me.
Wow. You
So
need,
I'll probably have something to eat afterwards.
okay, yeah, you need to eat.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my high school figure back, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
I stay away from all the dangerous stuff. So
Yeah.
no
Well,
fast foods, none of that
I
uh,
I've been doing. I
rice.
started keto again.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
keto's good for me with because I have fibromyalgia and like I gained weight through COVID too. I actually did really good and then gained, and so I'm just starting back on COVID. But called
Oh
Domino's.
man, yeah. Robert, I don't eat pizza. I don't eat the red sauce, and I don't eat any breads or starches. I
Hmm.
stayed away from that. I was told, and I don't know if this is what keto is kind of like, but I was told that gluten is sometimes not good for you for your probiotics or something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah.
exactly what it was.
Yeah. A lot of people it can really do numbers on their stomach and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't eat much gluten either. I stopped eating gluten. I mean I do have it occasionally, but um when my daughter was young, we stopped. Ever
Mm.
seen Italian give up on pasta and bread? Yeah, that'd be a big deal.
Okay, we'll get started. So before we get started, because I know it's been a hectic couple weeks for you because you had an event last week as well,
Yeah.
and you were prepping for that, and probably this week, besides tonight, you were prepping, doing some other work, probably doing some work with your brand today. So
Hmm.
before we get started, just wanted to see if we can take at least a minute and do three deep breaths so we
Absolutely.
calm the energy
Yeah.
because my heart's pumping like crazy right now, just trying to rush around.
Yeah. I hear you, and that's good for me.
Okay, so if you guys want to join us, you can. We're going to start with you want to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And when you inhale through your nose, you want to um, think about inhaling that white light into you, the healing white light into you. When you exhale, you want to exhale all the negativity that you may have picked up during the day or the last week or so, and just get it out of your system. Okay, we're going to start with our first breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale.
That was good.
Oh, that feels good.
Hmm.
I know it was done right when I get all these tingly all over.
Hmm.
Okay, so we'll get started. Today is October the 14th. It's spooky season, but I have some plans for October coming up. I do have a guest that will be sharing some kind of spooky stuff with you guys. But tonight I asked a dear friend. I think we've known each other now. I want to say maybe a little bit more than 3 years, maybe 4 years total.
Yeah, I would say about that.
Yeah. And I think in the last year or so, maybe in the last few months or weeks, we've actually gotten a lot closer than we were in the past. And I like that connection. I really do.
Yeah,
I like
me
feeding off
too.
of your energy. So for all the viewers that are here tonight and who will be joining and all the replay viewers, I would like to introduce my dear friend. Her name is Stacy Michelle. She was actually part of Periscope family as well when we did
Hmm.
Periscope. And she also did her own live streams on Periscope as well, where she would create things.
The reason why I asked you here tonight is just to have a talk and share your story, share your origin, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about your brand, your designs, how you get started, what you are influenced by, and
Okay.
maybe what type of material you use.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you now. It's been forever. Yeah, Robert, do you remember? If you haven't been following her, Robert, if you're not following Stacy on here, you should. And anybody else who isn't, you should. Her work is amazing. So, welcome,
Thank you.
Stacy. It is good to see you again.
You too.
I like the nose ring here. I don't
That's
think I've seen that before.
yeah, that's new. I've had it for a few months at the most, I think, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I
And
have I not been paying attention to it? Is that what it is?
um no, I don't. I mean, I was only on here with you live once, and I think it was pretty dark, so
Oh,
you probably couldn't see it. Yeah. And most people, it's
okay.
funny, a lot of people don't even see it yet. They barely anybody has remarked about it. I got this too. I might do this. I don't know.
What did they call this? A septum? Is that what that
Septum,
is?
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
septum.
okay. Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I don't know. My youngest son asked me to do something like that. He wanted to do something like that. I said, dude, it's your face. Do what you want to do. He says, but I need a parent's permission to get that done.
Uh-huh.
So, because he's a minor still.
Yep.
I said, all right, I guess then we're taking you, aren't we? So it's probably
I
gonna be like a
like
Christmas gift.
I like it's it's just freedom of expression. And kids,
And
it's just one thing that's another way of expressing themselves. A lot of,
I
a lot
think
of
at a certain age as a teenager, and I think he's right around that age, between eighth, ninth, 10th grade, even early into the 11th grade, junior year, they're trying to find themselves, their
mhm.
identity, and map that out for themselves so they can say, hey, this is me,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're a mom. You had a couple of
My
experiences
girls,
with that.
yeah, my girls when they were younger were constantly saying, "I'm not going to get any tattoos or any piercings when I get older." They both had tattoos before they were 18. So, that didn't last long. And the piercings started pretty young too. So,
Thank goodness her mom's liberal, isn't she?
I'm a pretty cool mom, I think.
Yeah, you're a damn cool mom. I can say that much. I wish I wish I had a mom like you when I was growing up. But that was different times. So
Totally
Stacy, would you
different
mind?
times.
Right, right, totally different era. Uh, that's back when Jesus was walking around. So we were a lot
Right.
more.
Right.
We were a lot more religious then. Would
Yeah.
you mind sharing with us your origin story? So,
My what, did
not
you say?
necessarily your origin story.
Oh, okay.
How you came about with your brand and what made you decide to do this type of work?
Yeah. So when my girls were growing up, when they were very little, we were constantly doing um, crafts. I grew up in a really, really crafty family. Like both my parents, even my brother, are very hobby driven. My mom quilts and scrapbooks. My dad has done woodworking, wood carving, stained glass. Like it was just something that I grew up around all the time, and
Oh,
naturally,
creative family there.
very creative. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so naturally, when I had my kids, I was just always doing something with them and introducing them to new things all the time. And one Christmas, we did jewelry, and jewelry just stuck for me. It was something that because when they're little, you just do little simple things. You don't
Right.
finish things, properly and whatever. And I just started taking it a step further and finishing things. And interestingly, we had this really cool craft store in town at the time too, so it was real easy for me to run in and grab stuff. And um, I ended up volunteering there, and um, I just started posting stuff on Facebook, just as in not trying to sell or anything, but just as a look what I did. This is so cool. I'm
Yeah,
having
right,
fun.
right.
And people immediately wanted to purchase. And so it turned into a business like literally right away for me.
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah. And that's one of the struggles for people, typically doing this type of stuff is actually getting into business. And I didn't have that struggle, which was nice. Not
So
to
it's
say,
about like finding your target market or finding your
yes,
niche. Okay.
yes. And that actually took quite a while because I just loved making everything. And I'm like, along the way, I would look into business stuff and it would always be like, you have to find, kind of something, settle into one. And it just took me a while. And it came to when it just in, I think I started doing gemstones and crystals about 5 years ago, because I wanted to bring my designs up a notch, and so I started
Mm,
leaning into crystals, and um, that was it for me. Then I started finding my spiritual people on Periscope, and it led to the spiritual jewelry, malas, and intentional jewelry.
mm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like that intentional jewelry. I know on your profile it says that your pieces are spiritually handmade, homemade,
Hmm. Yeah, handmade
and
intuitively. Intuitively
intuitive.
is, yeah.
Okay. The part I think I really like the most that I've never heard before, that I think is a really good catch line is love infused.
Hmm.
I like that.
I don't
I,
think
I
there's
thought,
anything more accurate
no,
than what
I
I
don't think
do.
so. I don't think so. So I know you said you use crystals. Are there specific types that you use? Is it based on your client's needs? Is it based on something you feel you want to put together? Or how do you design something like that?
Yeah, it depends on if I'm just creating to create or if I'm creating something custom for a client. If I'm creating for a client, it's a very intimate process. Like
Mm,
I ask for permission to access their energy. Um, I ask them what they want, what they had in mind,
mhm.
just to get a feel for what they wanted, and then I access their energy and go a little bit deeper and see what more they need. I ask what colors they're looking for because I can always find something
Right,
in the color. Usually, I can find something in the colors that they want. Because sometimes people are really, really specific.
right.
Honestly, most of my clients have been, "You're the artist. Go ahead."
Yeah, I
There have
trust
been,
you.
yeah, two
Yeah.
occasions where I've had people really be very involved and very, I want this, I want this, I want this. And those were men, interestingly
Mm.
enough.
I think you find that men, no, okay, not all, but most men are like, hey, you know, I trust you. Do whatever you think looks nice for a guy, or the
Hmm.
colors that I like the darker tones and stuff like that. But I think in my experience, because I did do some designs as well, the women were more specific about what they wanted.
Really?
Yeah.
I just found it interesting. I found it interesting. But I think a lot of the people that I designed for, they watched me on Periscope and
Mm,
they knew my style. They knew to just kind of give me the freedom. I don't mind if people, because I know me when I want something, and if I'm paying
mm,
for it to be custom, I want it how I want it, and that's kind of why I'm
right.
going to you. So
Right.
I'm okay with that too. It is nice to have the freedom though, to just
So
go with it.
I want to say, hopefully I don't forget this, but Robert asked a question, how much are your pieces? Robert, Stacy has a website. StacyMichelle.net is the
Hmm.
website, correct?
Yep.
Robert, do me a favor. When you get a chance after this, go check her out. Check out her website. I think you see. Yeah, you know what? I think you're going to see her designs are beautiful.
Thank you. And Robert, if you do want something custom, yeah, just message me and we'll work together on something custom for you.
Yeah. So, okay, so I wanted to make sure I got through Robert's question, but your website again is stacymichelle.net.
Hmm.
I have my 3 pages of notes in front of me, so if you're looking off to the side, I always make sure I might troll the person's account before I come on because I want to
I
make
know,
sure
right? You got to be
I
prepared.
have some idea what I'm talking about. Um,
Yeah.
but I found that like with jewelry, and I had this one client who would kept coming back to me, and each time she wanted something different. Now I don't recreate my pieces. If I
Hmm.
have just one type or one this color bracelet, I might have a variation of it, but the design is going to be totally different. So I
Yeah.
never duplicate my pieces. Is that the same with you?
Yeah, that's the same with me, except for there I do have some that I recreate. They're just kind of the just the trendy easy stuff that people look for, mostly earrings,
Hmm.
and some bracelets that are just real, they're more for like my markets and stuff. But yeah, when I'm making something, especially with beads, it's yeah, one of a kind. I don't recreate it.
Um, and besides the women clients that I had, they were more specific about what they wanted. They wanted one of a kind pieces, and then it became one. I had one client who kept saying, "Okay, now that I have this bracelet, do you think you can make a necklace that matches? Do
Hmm.
you think you can make an earring that matches?" And man, you're testing me. Okay, uh,
Yeah.
I'll get on it, but um, I think one client told me, she said, for me, jewelry is not just accessories; it is part of my wardrobe. So I pick my
Yeah.
wardrobe according to my jewelry, whereas a lot of people will pick their jewelry according to their wardrobe.
Yeah.
So she said
I
she does the opposite.
yeah. I get that because I used to do that with shoes. Like I would go buy shoes and then make an outfit to match it
Hmm.
because I just
Hmm.
shoes were it for me. But I
If
get
you
that with
had to,
jewelry.
if you had to put a description besides what you have on your profile, if you had to put a description on your brand, on the type of jewelry you design, what would it be?
Um,
Robert
besides
says
what
he loves the nest.
Vanessa is the one that I wrote about today. Hi, Crayon.
Hey, Fran.
Vanessa is very like close to my heart, and I'll share with you for in a minute after I answer this. But um, well, I might like my tagline is where style meets spirituality.
I
I
like
guess
that.
yeah, that's what I just think of immediately.
I think, was it rosaries on your account, on your profile?
I have done rosaries. I don't have any right now. It's interesting that you say that because I've been thinking about doing some.
Yeah, I did some a while back, and I was asked to do it again. And this lady wanted 20. I was like,
Mm.
if you wanted something like that many, order it online. She said, no, I want 20 different ones. I was
Oh
like,
wow,
She
those are
has, I guess,
a lot of work.
it is the planning out, the placement,
Hmm.
all the
Yep.
great stuff.
Yep.
Then finding the right size crosses,
Hmm.
you know. Um, your pieces is, I don't know if you do this. I did it with me. Wait, Robert, you have a girlfriend? We'll talk afterwards, Robert.
He said he's
That's
ordering
news
the
too.
Nessa for his girlfriend. I'll tell you about the Nessa, Robert.
Okay, we'll let you talk about that. We'll let you talk about the Nessa.
You want me to right now?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
The
This is your
Nessa,
time.
the Nessa is, I have Nessa right here. Um,
Cool.
Nessa is the one I wrote about today that she required so much extra love because she's beautiful, man.
Oh,
She's
look at those
beautiful.
colors.
Yeah, and the colors
Wow.
are just insane on it. There's lots, there's amethyst, there's blue agates, rose quartz, some jasper, and then this that's wrapped. But um, she, the threading is thicker in this
I
one,
noticed that. I noticed that.
and I, she was, the thread was going fine through most of the beads,
Yeah.
but then I came against some of them that I had to drill the bead, the hole bigger. So it
Yeah.
started out with that, and then you know you you feed the thread through all of the beads with a needle,
Yeah.
and the needle pulled through the thread before, like maybe when I was like right here, okay, like this
Oh
much
man,
was
just getting
done.
started then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just getting started. So then, yeah, so it just was a very lengthy, nurturing process to continue going with this design.
Mm.
Because feeding two pieces of thread through those holes when I already had to drill them bigger is kind of a big deal, rather than just
Uh-huh.
feeding it through with the needle. It was just, there was a lot to this, and drilling holes in, there's 108 beads in the mollusk. So
Right.
it wasn't just a small bracelet or anything like that. You would love a custom
So
rosary. See, give me a reason.
the question I wanted to ask you was, um, I don't know if you do this with yours, but when I started making my design, my jewelry, it was just the kumihimo beads, the little tiny Japanese
Hmm.
beads, and I
Yeah.
did it for fun, and I did it to match my clothes for the day, and then I think over the next 10 years or so, my design started to get more busy, and I started to use different types of crystals and agates and sea glass. I did my own sea glass.
Oh
I
my God, I
love that.
love sea glass. Love sea glass.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah,
Thank you.
I did have a friend on Lanai, on another island, that would collect sea glass. So I used to purchase some from her, and she would send me a lot of the sea glass she found. Beautiful colors too.
Hmm.
But this one lady asked if I would bless her rosaries, and I said, I don't know if I'm the right person for that. So I know you said you do make spiritual jewelry as well. Is that something that someone has ever asked you before to maybe bless their pieces or
Mm-mm.
uh, no, not at all?
Nope. But the people that I do work for know that when I create, that I'm putting intention into it and blessing it as it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I haven't had anybody just ask me to bless their jewelry or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you do rosaries, is it something you do? Do you use silk thread? I don't want to throw you under the bus.
With rosaries you do wire, right? It's the um and they would call it rosary chain by the time you're done, but it's the uh it's round, it's bead by bead and a wire through each one, and just the whole, and you connect them all.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's wire on rosaries. On the malas, I use some different types of thread. Just depends on what I'm doing, but
Yeah, there's one client wanted me to use all silk. I said, I don't think silk's a good idea. I think you're going to
yeah,
find that the wear and tear on that is going to be terrible.
yeah, I've done it on one, and I ended up taking it apart.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, didn't love silk.
So,
I
okay,
like
so
nylon.
nylon's good. I like
Yeah,
wire. Wire's a lot more easy for me.
yeah.
Except I always tell, because we live on a little rock. I tell my clients not to go into the ocean with the bracelets,
Hmm.
not with the wire. It's
Yeah.
going to really mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we talked a little bit on the phone yesterday, and I mentioned something about how your designs, for me, the look of it, the feel of it has changed.
Hmm.
And I was going back through your profile today, and I was looking at it, going, even the whole feel of it, and I don't want to use the incorrect word, but for me, it's your pieces look um, more mature. It looks like for a more different, more elegant type um, designs than from the past. Not that the ones before wasn't elegant or anything like that. I
Right.
see
Yeah.
there's a difference of energy, a difference of design, a difference of intention. I think the word you used,
Hmm.
difference
Yeah.
of intention in what how you created your jewelry.
I like that. Because if there's not a evolution, then what's the point, I guess? You know, I think that we all have to be growing in our, our business, whatever it is, and our craft, whatever it is. Everything has to evolve to some degree. Um, but I'm just glad that you could see it.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I could see it one because besides being someone who likes to create certain, same type of work like jewelry, but I think because I know you on a little personal basis,
yeah,
I think I can see that. What we're going to talk about some uncomfortable stuff now, and
yeah.
maybe this is possibly why
I
I
felt
think
it going
this is
there.
coming. Yeah, I think this is where this was
Yeah.
going. But you talk about evolution, you talk about growth, and I think that's one of the posts I did recently about growth and how growth and comfort cannot coexist.
Hmm.
Um, I know there's something you went through recently, and we can speak on it on a general basis, and I'll let you speak about it as far as you want to.
Yeah.
But it was something I think that needs to be addressed, something I think that I really wish I was more in tune with what was going on at that specific time with you. Hey, Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. Chaos Girl. It's Carrie.
Hi,
She is
Carrie.
also an OG scoper.
Yeah, I
Welcome,
remember her
Carrie.
too.
But I think before everything was happening, really heavy stuff, I know you and I kind of talked about it for a little bit.
Hmm.
And then I went my own way and I did my own thing. And you were going through your event in your life.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd like to share?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I, as hard as that was, um, I, I feel a responsibility in speaking about it too.
I do too.
Yeah,
From you firsthand.
yeah. Um, and I've been in hermit mode, so even the people that were trying to be there for me, I and most of them respectfully understood and just kind of let me know they were there, um and I appreciate that. That meant a lot. But yeah, internet stalking. Um and I mean, I think everybody on here is from Periscope and knew the potential and saw the dangerous stuff going on there. But yeah, I acquired a stalker, and it was very serious. And
No, wait, now I want to correct you. You didn't acquire it. He latched onto you.
yeah,
There's a difference.
yeah, I was I'm always trying to find the wording in that too. Yeah. And it doesn't take anything. It doesn't take anything to um yes, Cran. Um Cran was was the one big one that would just kind of kept checking in and whatever. But um, they latch on to you. That's exactly what
Yep.
happens. You don't have to do
Yep.
anything. It can be a sentence that you say, the way that you look, it's literally anything. It doesn't, you don't have to do anything. And it's really important to get that across. But um,
For
the
those of
threat,
you who are just joining, welcome first of all. I am speaking with Stacy Michelle, and we are talking about cyberbullying.
yes, yeah,
In this portion, this segment, we're talking about cyberbullying. And the reason why I asked you to share that because I believe after you went into hermit mode, after all this went down, you talk about that evolution. I believe two things. Now that I kind of understand the picture in a better light, the hermit mode was necessary.
hmm,
Not much of the cyberbullying, but maybe that's what it took to have you step aside for a minute, for a hot minute.
yeah,
So you needed to regather yourself
yeah,
and refocus and have this transformation work in your life.
yep. And there's still, I'm just kind of starting to emerge out of it. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, it's all the process. And yeah, I fully agree with that. Yeah, if we don't step aside, um, we'll be forced to step aside. That's just
Yep.
how things work. And
Yep.
so, yeah,
Agree. Brad says you're in warrior mode.
yeah, I was. I
Yeah.
I go hard. I will say that. Yeah.
So with this person who was cyberbullying, who was bullying you, it became something that was so personal for you that it affected you in your daily life as well. It's not just you being online, but it
Very,
also
yeah.
affected you personally, physically, I'm sure, mentally, and of course, probably physically or
Hmm.
medically wise. And it'll just put a big, it'll dump a whole shit ton on you at one
Yep.
time.
Yep.
The one thing I remember about Stacy, one thing I remember about you, Stacy, was you were strong. You were a strong woman. You still are,
Yeah.
but you're a strong woman before I knew any of this was going on. And I
Yeah.
knew you could handle a lot. And like I knew you could handle yourself in your own scopes, and you know you would put people in their place, which is great.
Yeah.
But I think that needed that hermit mode, that time off needed to happen.
Yeah. Doesn't feel real good, when you're going through things and you're outside of your comfort zone, right?
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, scope ended. I had an accident right at the end of scope, so I had
I remember that.
recovery. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, and you know, I didn't I didn't have anywhere that was normal to turn to for me. Like the things that felt good, the things that filled me up and that I felt like I was contributing to filling others up too, helping
Hmm.
and whatever. I didn't have that anymore. And and then going through the court stuff with the stalking stuff and yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
I can only imagine. I mean, I've never been a victim of bullying of any type. Thank goodness for that. But I mean, the way the internet now, the way the devices and technology is, it's so easy. And
Mhm.
when we do stuff like this, when you and I put ourselves out like this into the interweb and we post and we do our lives on every week. I mean, we make ourselves vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
And there are
Especially
people
with
who are
video.
exactly, exactly. And there are people who don't have the best intentions in mind.
Mm-mm.
And I can't believe that is something that gives them joy and pleasure. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I really think that that's why we don't see a lot of live video right now. Where a lot of the social media apps have gone to audio only. Um, we could go into different things with that, but just there's a connection that happens when you can see people and you can see the different movements that they make and the way
Mhm.
that they react and the way that they talk. You go grocery shopping and some people take, like there's just a lot that you let the public in when you
Mhm.
do live video.
Right. I think, like for me now that I put a lot of, not a whole lot, but I put some of our replays up on YouTube.
Hmm.
I did have one person talk to me recently and say, "Hey, I saw your videos on YouTube. They're great, but they're long." Yeah,
Oh,
they're meant to
really?
be long. Yeah, they're meant to be
Yeah,
long. They're meant to be raw and authentic. I'm not going to edit it like I'm not a regular YouTuber.
right. Yeah,
I'm going to put it out there for everybody who wants to watch a replay. It's there. Go watch it. Review.
yeah.
Now, would that
I
happen to
like
you in
that.
your life? Have you curtailed maybe your children's involvement in social media as well?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
I try not to even say their names anymore. And I had slowly been kind of not showing them so much anyway in their later teen years. Hi, Suchi.
Suchi,
Um,
welcome.
and their like all their social media is on lockdown. All of ours is. It's on lock. If you're not my friend or their friend, yeah, there's no way you're getting in.
Has that affected your business being having to do something like that where you actually have to put gates and filters and everything else on your business
Yeah.
account?
Um, Yeah, I mean, it all affected my business. I just everything came to a halt completely for a while.
Yeah.
Um, hey, Piper boy. Yeah, everything came to just a complete halt for a while. Um, so yeah, it definitely affected my business. And I didn't mind though for a while. Like I needed that break, so it served a purpose.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad you're back. I can say that much.
Thank you. It feels good to be
And I'm
back.
good. Good. And I think I've said it before. You have a supportive family. I don't know what prompted Cran to stay in contact with you and why she helped you through it. I'm glad she did though, but she's an
Yeah,
amazing person.
she is. She's a gift.
Yeah, she is. Okay. Not all the parts gone. Now we're transitioning to where you are and where you're getting to. What's the goal for Stacy? What's the long-term goal? Oh wait, somebody asked me to ask this question, and you can say pass. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you answer it. Single, married, or it's complicated.
A
I was asked
single.
specifically.
Yeah,
Single? Okay.
single as they come. Single. Yeah,
All
I
right.
couldn't get more single.
All right. Guys, you heard that, but make sure now you've got a lot of people that you got to bypass to get to Stacy. I'm one of them. If you don't get my approval, I'm sorry. You don't get past the gates. You
I
don't
like
get through the
that.
gate. Yeah. Good. Good.
I
I can let this.
I'm so
Good.
content by myself, and I think that's the whole goal that a lot of people are missing, unfortunately. Um, and I'm happy. Like I'm genuinely happy. I'm not an angry single person. Yes, I'm in my masculine more than I want to be because I'm raising children, by myself and doing so much by myself. I would
Mhm.
love to be more in my feminine energy, and that'll come. I mean, that'll
It will.
come. Yeah.
It will. I believe, and look at what Carrie said, single equals sanity.
You're right. Yeah.
I think at one point when I first got divorced and I finally accepted the fact that I was single, the one thing that I missed the most was probably the interaction with another body, with another person.
Hmm.
Not necessarily the physicalness of it, but
Yeah.
the conversation.
Right. How you doing? In the Joey voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How you doing? Right?
yeah, how you doing? I
Yes.
agree. I agree. It does, just going for a drive, like just the simple things,
Yeah.
where when it's not just you. Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah.
You know, I'll talk about this real quick, but um, there was a time I kept praying to God. I says, okay, God, I was pissed off at you because I didn't want my divorce to happen, but it happened. I was pissed off at you because I didn't want my kids to leave, but it happened. I'm pissed off at you because I'm single and I really want to find somebody. And I miss the intimacy of one-to-one conversation or just holding that person's hand and going
Hmm.
for a walk and going for a drive. And hey, how about we go get some coffee or something like that? And you know what? God has such an amazing sense of humor. He brought it back to my memory. When did you do that with your wife?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, never mind. Single is my calling right now, you know.
Yeah.
And
The
it took
whole
me a while to embrace it.
the whole idea is for this is my view of relationships and love. The whole idea is to be so completely whole and complete and and content and in love with yourself.
Mhm.
And when that person comes into your life, it's like they're uh, like an addition. What's the word I'm looking for? I've said this before, but I can't think of it. It's just like they're extra. They're not, it's not, you don't need them. You
Mhm.
want them, and it just makes things more enjoyable, but you got to be in love with yourself.
Yeah, I think that was where I was struggling the most. I blamed, I think, a lot of my failure in my marriage and with my children. Uh, and it was hard for me.
Yeah.
Struggled with that for a long time. And I thought I needed someone else there to help me feel loved.
Hmm.
And doing more reading and doing more research and finding the right answers for me, because my right answer might not be your right answer.
Hmm.
Your right answer may not be my right answer, but for me, the right answer was you can't be good for anybody else if you're not good for yourself.
Yep.
And the single is also a relationship too, not just being in a committed relationship with another body, but single is a relationship as well. It's a relationship with yourself. And if
Yep.
you cannot be in that relationship with yourself and be content, be happy, feel whole, where you don't
Hmm.
need anything else in your life,
Hmm.
then this other party coming in is only going to cause a lot of conflict,
Right.
a lot of arguments, and it's not going to fit for what you want.
Yep.
And I think I understand what you're saying. And like yourself, your emotions, your mentality, your thinking needs to be like a house that's well built that has a, a bathroom, it has rooms, it has a living room, it has a kitchen, it has everything you need. It's complete.
Hmm.
And when this other person come into your life, they don't need to come and recreate the house. They're now a new addition to the house.
Hmm.
They're now the extended loft or the extended balcony
Right.
or the movie room, right? Is that what you're trying to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Just, yeah, like a gift, like a, yeah, just not, yeah, not something that you are looking to complete you or not provide, like you're providing for your own needs too. You don't have to, um, rely on them, because you've already done it yourself. You
Yeah,
know that you have that worth, you have that value, that you can do it all, yourself.
yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that how you phrase that. Let's get back to your jewelry because that's really what I want to focus on for the rest of the night. I
Okay.
think I asked you to bring some pieces with you tonight if you could and share that with us. But I did
Yeah.
want to ask. what inspires you to create a piece? Is it something that you might, because I don't know if you're like me, I keep a little notebook with me all the time. So when I have my inspiration, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create. Or is it something where somebody comes to you and says, hey, Stacy, I'd like to have a piece like this, matching earrings, and like these colors, and it's got to be everyday wear. What
So,
inspires you to create?
um, so interestingly, like doing custom designs always takes me out of my comfort zone. It always stretches me a little bit. Um, and so I'm really grateful to each customer for giving me that gift. Um, because yeah, we can get stagnant or our creativity can kind of get stuck on certain ways of creating or whatever. And every time I do a custom design, it always takes me out of my element, and I feel like helps me expand my expertise. And so I'm really, really grateful for that. But what inspires me, what makes me design, I can see like I can be dry. I love going for drives. I can be going for a drive and just see like some shapes or some colors that will trigger something in me that makes me want to put them together in a piece of
Mm,
jewelry. Um, that's nature's a big one for me, and I'm a
yeah,
Taurus. I'm an Earth sign. There's a lot of Earth in me. So it's interesting. I find myself just really being inspired by nature a lot. Um, or I can see like your friend who does the paintings.
hmm,
I think his name is Jordan.
yes, art by Jordan.
When, yeah, like when I see his paintings and I see colors, it'll make me want to go put together like a
Hmm.
bracelet or something that has the same like color format or something. Um, yeah, I mean, that's it really. Or, yeah, I mean, I can be really, really inspired by someone else's jewelry that I see, but want to change it totally and make it mine.
Right.
Um, yeah.
How do you know when the piece is done? When do you have that? Okay, this is done. Because I know, like I asked a couple of artists, I can't see you being inspired. Okay, I need to do this, or it's a commission, and you're working on it. And for me, the untrained eye as an artist, I'd look at it and go, okay, I think it's done. But the artists, creators will say, no, it's not. It's got a few more strokes to go. So
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like designing jewelry. How do you know when your piece is done?
Yeah, I just
You have
know.
that. You just do? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you just know. There's and I create very organically. You don't hardly ever see me lay something out and just make it that way. I will just usually pour a bunch of stuff out. I'll have like a vision inside my head. It very rarely uh goes the way that I see that. There's always something that changes along the way, or I add to it, or take away from it, make it much more simple. Or yeah, it's I'm super organic in the creating.
I like that. Organic creating. Organically created, love infused, spiritually inspired. I like that.
that
I like that. Okay.
that yeah, I have a hard time in production of even like social media stuff, production, because I'm so organic. It's just who I am.
But I think that's good because it makes you stand out above not above, but stand out from everybody else who is trying to design jewelry, but it's so cookie cutter,
Mm,
for lack of a better term.
yeah,
Be-
I get it.
Because I do see pieces like that where everything is, I use these three colors, and the next person, I use these three same colors, and it's just cookie cutter.
Yeah, I do see a lot of that.
So it's a lot of generalized. jewelry that has no target market. I think one of the things as a business owner, if you have a product, you have to have a target for it, a market for it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now we get the fun part. We get to see some of the pieces that you created.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch over here. It's always hard
Okay,
for
it's
me
up
to
to you.
like pick what I'm, showing. So I showed the Nessa, I showed the Mala.
Okay,
Um,
that one right there. I love those colors.
I
Vanessa.
know, aren't they
I love
pretty?
these colors. Oh yeah.
Um, and let me grab this one. So this is another one that I love the colors on. That's a Mala,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
I think these are. Let me see. This is on the page too. Sorry, I have everything labeled for my events too, but it's got the
No.
shells, it's got rose quartz, and then it's got chrysocolla azurite, which I'm in love with. In love with.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Um, and I'll just show one more mala and then I'll show a couple other things too.
Okay.
This malas are like my favorite, and malas I had my stock was like super low. So that's kind of what I've been doing a lot of in the last
Okay.
month.
For those of us who are watching and will watch the replay, can you do me a favor and explain what a mala is?
Mala, yeah, malas are. I compare them to rosaries. Like rosaries are for Catholics. Um, Malas are spiritual prayer beads. They come from Buddhism, um, and there's 108 beads. People don't actually settle on what the 108 is significant for, but they can be mantras. There's just different things.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
those are the
typically,
ones you see the monks. Some of them might have them
yeah,
wrapped around their arms or their sleeves,
yep,
something like that, right?
yeah. A lot of people just wrap them around and hold them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make them, smaller. They don't have to be 108 beads, but that's the typical. And a lot of them, like traditionally, they have the tassels, and they start. Everything is connected. You start from the beginning and go all the way through to the end and tie around that tassel. It's just one continuous
Right.
movement.
I think they believe that, or they do that because it's believed this like the circle of life or something like that. I can't remember
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah. There's
Okay.
I would have to look it up again to explain exactly. I'm really bad on repeating things, but yeah, this is the one. I think you commented on the colors with this, the
Oh yeah.
Dalmatian jasper and the pink jade and the rose quartz. I love this one too. It's made for supporting love.
I gotta ask, what is the focus bead? What is that made on?
The this one,
The yeah.
that
I
that
call it
is
the focus bead. I don't know what you call it.
yeah, no, I would call it that too. That's an agate. Isn't it pretty?
It is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Is
I have a
that
few of
something that
those.
you had to make or
I bought this.
like, that's beautiful though.
I know. I have some good agates. I love agates. They're just
Yeah.
really pretty.
And they're easy to
Yeah.
work with.
They are. I also do agate slices and make coasters out of them.
Okay, I
There's some
saw that.
really pretty ones of those.
I've got a few from mine are from Japan.
Yeah. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um, Let me see. So well, here, I'll show you these first. I love these earrings. These are, and I can't get a good picture of these either. Um,
Oh yeah. Amethyst? Is that
um,
amethyst?
no, it's Cara White. And Cara
Oh,
White is an amazing pain reliever. Um,
okay.
Cara White is, yeah, it's super pretty and it looks really good against gold.
So you
Um,
have different types of beads that may not necessarily be crystals, but agate as well. They have a specific purpose.
yes, yeah.
Got it.
And then like there's some like just this is trendy. Those are moons. I've been doing a lot of evil eyes.
Oh yeah,
Doing
that's pretty.
yeah, a lot of evil eyes. I don't think this um the light's very good, but I love these little
Hopes are still in. Women still wear them, and some women like just the real simple stuff.
yeah. You know what I find really popular right now is these. So what these are, I've done a bunch of earrings on them. They're called little huggies. They're just little tiny hoops that go around your ear, but you've got a little dangle on there too. So
Cool.
those are really big right now. Um, then I've got like things like this that are a little bit more flashy and wild, and that's bone on there.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, got a couple of different ones of those.
Thanks, Robert. Robert looked up what the 108 beads means.
Oh yeah,
We Googled it, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's within history, they just there's not like this automatic. This is what it means. There's a couple different interpretations.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Um, I've started doing some wire wrapping rings. Oh, and
Oh, I saw
I'm
that. Okay, I saw that.
actually wearing, so this is the moon. I did a moon one. This took me a while to get that. And
Wow.
then, this is sea glass. But yeah, I started doing, I fought with wire wrapping forever. I never had a desire to do it.
I
And,
saw that on your profile.
it's easy to, like, we camp, right? You know this.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
go camping, and I always, all of us, my whole family will bring our craft with us, and that was something easy to take with me and learn. It didn't require me bringing a whole lot of stuff with me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
How many hours
These,
a day do you create?
oh my gosh, I can wake up and walk straight into my studio and not even hardly leave until 10 o'clock at night sometimes. But you know what? I will say since I took my break, I don't go those long hours anymore. And I've got a new puppy, so I got to tend to the
Ah,
new puppy. Um,
right.
and I definitely don't. I go to bed much earlier, so I'm not creating that long anymore. Like, I mean, I'll still put in 8 hours a day, but
Yeah.
I definitely take my breaks, and my body makes me anymore. I'm getting old. um,
Ah,
Chakra bracelets. So I've got the chakra colors and then lava
see,
stones.
that's something I want. That's something I want to have made.
And
I've
so
been looking at that.
I do them in plus size too. Um,
Yeah, because I have plus size wrists. You see the wrist? I have
well,
plus size wrists.
I have plus size wrists too. But yeah, these are, I think everybody should wear one of these.
I think so too. I think so too. Cran, don't run away, Cran. Cran's gonna
Don't
get called up. Don't run away, Cran.
don't go away,
She's here.
Cran. And then like I do the adjustable. I try to make things as
Okay.
easy as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay. Those take that special tie that not where you can actually
yep,
pull it together and
yep.
okay, yeah. I could never master that. I gave that up.
I hated doing it at first, and now I love it. And I love the
Okay.
style. So I'm glad I like doing it. And it's become really simple too. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, no,
It's
I like the little danglies on it, you
I
know.
know, I
I
like
think those
those
are
too.
so cool.
I
Yeah,
like it too. I love them
those
too.
are so cool.
And yeah, I see people that have a whole wrist full of them with their little danglies hanging too. So,
Well,
um,
it's a big thing here in Hawaii now.
is it?
Oh yeah, big thing. Big, big, big time now.
Well, yeah. And I mean, these are really trendy too, where you, and it's the same. Same thing back there.
right?
Just some strings with a few beads. Some are just strings too. So I do a lot of those. Um, you know, I started doing, actually, I did a bunch of leather, more for
Oh,
men. Yeah,
yeah.
more for men and more masculine or unisex. Just did a bunch of those too. But yeah. Oh, and
Leather's good for
these.
the real manly men.
Yes, yes.
They want to put on something, but they don't want it to look delicate. So, how about
Right.
leather? Yeah.
I love these. These are my new little favorite, the Evil Eye. Just a
What
simple
is that?
pendant. It's an
Oh,
evil eye. Can you see it?
yeah, yeah.
Just an evil eye. And then I've got some unks too in both silver and gold.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, I really like these.
I'm not much of a gold guy. I like silver. I
I
can't do
have
gold.
I have turned on to gold now. Like gold is my thing.
Oh, really?
Yep, I love gold.
Let me ask you, how many years do you think you've been creating and designing?
It has been over 10 years. I know that. Um, I got to think about that. These are, when you have kids, you always think about, okay, how old was my child?
Yeah,
Um,
they're your time markers. Your children are your time markers, is what they are.
Seriously, they are. I think it's actually it might even be almost maybe 13 years.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm about the same. I think I created my simple first bracelet that I gave away back in 96.
So you've been creating way longer than me.
Yeah, well, it was the simple stuff. You get one color bead, you put it on wire, you put a clasp on
Right,
it, done.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't start to get real technical about it. And man, I want to add 5 layers or 6 layers or all these colors. And I started to invest.
Yeah,
Material, beads are expensive.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. And our supplies here in Hawaii are not that much.
Oh, yeah.
So I was limited by what I can make according to what we have here.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, I live in Montana where people don't like to spend money on, they really don't. They're very
Yeah.
frugal. So it's just funny when you get people from different states and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I don't care I don't care how much it is. I want it." And
Yeah.
then yeah, you get weird reactions here.
What's your
Because I
favorite
don't.
to create?
What's my favorite to create?
Yeah.
The malas. I love the malas. Oh, we'll talk, Cran. We'll talk. I'll help you.
Card is
Yeah,
back.
definitely the malas. It's just a meditative type thing that happens when I do the malas.
I see. I see.
I mean, it's meditative when I do everything, which also is I didn't share that with you asked about my origin and stuff. Um, I was going through divorce, raising young children, my own illness and stuff. And when I started creating, I was in a deep depression, and that creating helped me helped me tremendously. And I really attribute that to number one, just working with your hands, doing a craft,
Yeah.
I think is
Yeah.
good for everybody. But if you are depressed, it helps you. And there's a meditative thing that happens when you're creating. And
Yeah.
with meditation comes peace. So
You're right on point with that. That's the reason why I started to create more intricate designs because not only did I want to challenge myself, but because the depression was so bad, I needed something that would give me that little hooray moment when I
Mm-hmm.
was finished with a piece. With a piece, I needed that. Yes, I'm done. I completed something. I can feel good about myself again,
Yeah.
and it really got me through that time. It really pushed me over that hump of trying to get over my depression. So I
Yep.
understand that. I think someone else said it a couple of years back when a friend of mine says that how she got over her depression was through creativity.
Uh-huh.
Something about creativity pushes you through that.
Hi, Aaron. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think he said hello earlier. Aaron and some Steve, I think.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
maybe missed it. Aaron is somebody oh my gosh, we've known each other for so long.
Aaron and Derek.
Steingold right here. That's who I'm talking about. But
Yes,
oh, and I missed someone named Derek, I guess. Huh. Okay. I'll have to go
Aaron.
back
They
through.
said it said Aaron and
Oh,
Derek.
it's
There you
Derek.
go.
Oh, okay. Aaron and Derek. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Gotcha.
I wonder if
Yeah.
they have any juicy gossip about Stacy. We should call them on.
Oh my God. They have, yes. Yes. They have
Do you
very
mind? Let's
cold.
see. Let's see if we can invite them up for a few minutes. Do you mind? Thanks.
No,
I know
I
you
don't
wouldn't.
care. If they want to come up, sure.
I invited
Yeah.
them, but I do want to invite Cran later and also Carter. I'd like Carter to share. Chat
Okay.
this week. Oh yeah, chat this week. Okay. Maybe they turned it down. Oh no, they don't want to. Okay. Okay.
I worked with them and in California when I was a wild child. Like um I was 20, I think probably 22 or 23 when I started working there. But they were very good to me. Very good people.
I can still see you as a wild child. I mean, your hair says it all. I think that's what connected me to you the first time
I
was I wanted hair like yours.
I'm a reformed wild child. Listen, I still like I got my free spirit, right? Like that's never gonna die. That's who I am for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cute. Said they love you.
I love them. It's
I'll have
cool
to
that they
follow
stepped
them.
in here. They're
I'll have
good
to follow
people.
them. Yeah, yeah. We're good people too,
We
Aaron and
are.
Derek. So thank you for making it and joining us tonight. Stacy, I've only got a couple more questions, and then
Yeah.
we'll have Fran come up if that's okay.
Yes, Aaron, I've been thinking about you. Yes, let's chat. Absolutely. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so today I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with a friend of mine who was also from Periscope. Okay, just so everybody knows, I'm going to put this out there. All of my friends were from Periscope. When I got
Right.
divorced and I was on my own, I like making friends on Periscope. That's where a lot of my friends came from. Your tongue is on fire. But I met someone from London. Met someone from London, from England.
Hmm.
Um, and we became good friends. We talked. We didn't connect for a year or so, and then we talked again, and we didn't connect for a year or so. And just recently, we connected again, a couple weeks back, actually. And I found out that this person, her oldest child, uh, was dealing with cancer.
Mm.
And I remember this person, her daughter, because she used to call me Uncle Luca when I
Hmm.
used to scope. And it was something that I shared this morning um, on my feed, where now this teenage girl who is battling with cancer wants to do something good for other children who are dealing with cancer. And her mom calls her her warrior,
Hmm.
and I believe that.
Hmm.
And so I shared the two accounts this morning and some of the jewelry that this little girl is making. And
Oh, yeah.
it's called beads, bead together, or beads
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her account. So I asked people to um, follow that account and, if possible, make a donation or
Hmm.
If possible, maybe look at some of the pieces that she's creating. All of the funds
Mm-hmm.
that the proceeds that are made, she's going to donate.
Mm.
And I
Wow.
swear she's probably not even 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I was inspired by that. I was really
Mm-hmm.
inspired by that. Because at 15, I was busy running around going, "Ooh, girls have cooties. I don't want to be around girls. Don't listen to my mom. I'm going to stay out late." And here's a girl at 15 with these challenges
Yeah.
and wanting to give back to others who are
Yeah.
dealing with the same.
And you see people that go through the hardest
Yeah,
giving the most. That's how it works.
yeah. I just think I learned something from a teen today,
Mm-hmm.
seeing her work. And the only reason why I brought that up because this being uh, one of the streams that we are talking about jewelry, of course, and I don't mean to take away from your thunder, so please forgive me.
No, not at all. Yeah, go for it.
But I did want to bring that up. If you guys haven't seen my post yet, please go check it out. It was something I did today. Stacy and Luca, you guys up? Terry's dad, yeah. That's probably Carter.
It's good to see you, Carter. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Carter's actually going through a lot of growth himself, and he looks great. He looks happy.
Good.
Really, really happy. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to you, Stacy. Thank you for letting me throw that in. I appreciate
No,
you
I'm glad you
giving
shared
me
it
that
because
time.
I need to go back and share that too. And yeah, I tend to go back to things when I can't give it the attention that I need. So I'm glad you brought it up on here.
I did ask her for permission to share it,
Good.
and she was excited that I was.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I think I said this before. What's the goal for Stacy long term? What's the goal for Stacy short term? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Stacy?
Oh, in 5 years, I see myself business wise. My I will be in stores. Like I'm that's what I'm working on right now. Is my brand will be in stores. And I will be traveling and
We'll
enjoying
leave
a
the light on for you in Hawaii so you can stop by, okay?
I listen, I don't think I can drive to Hawaii, but I will absolutely
Damn
fly
it.
there.
Okay, good, good,
I
good.
have this goal that I've wanted to do for a very long time, which is buy a trailer and fix it up, and because I'm into all the DIY stuff too, just like fix it
Okay,
up
yeah.
and travel, go on the road and do some markets and just travel and kind of figure out where I want to land my plane um, for the long term. But I just want to take my kayak and put it on the top of the camper and travel for a little while and make jewelry on the road and go to markets along the way. Um, that just seems like ideal for this little hippie.
Can I interject one thing?
Yeah. Hi, Nat Nat.
So I'm getting this visual in my head. And you talked about markets and stores. I think there's one market that actually suits your type of creations perfectly. And that
Which
is Natalie saying go to bed.
I know. I love
I'm gonna
her.
let her go pretty soon, I promise. Um, but I think there's one maybe that might be good to look into, and that's resorts.
Resorts.
There's a lot of resorts, especially here locally here in Hawaii,
Hmm.
that outsource jewelry outside of Hawaii.
Okay.
They have a
Thank.
little small section with pearls because it's supposed to be from Hawaii, but really pearls don't come out of Hawaii. They come
Right.
from Tahiti. They don't ever come out of Hawaii. We don't have the water for it.
Yeah.
But they do outsource jewelry that fits their type of resort. And your pieces actually fit in resorts.
Nice. I appreciate that tip, and I'll be asking you for some names,
You know what?
some leads.
I know of a few on Maui, and I know of a few here on this island as well.
Okay.
And I do know one of the managers that I might be able to message and have you two connect and see if you guys can do something together.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to go that route, wholesaling out, because they feel like they're not, they don't make a whole lot when they do that. But for me, I want that security, and I want my jewelry all over. So
Yeah,
it's it's
I really believe your pieces are really, really nice in resorts.
thank
Maybe
you.
not necessarily here, but maybe in California, maybe out in Vegas,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But
They're gonna
I think
be,
your pieces have matured past the open markets and the jewelry festivals or the craft
yeah,
fairs, stuff like that. I think it's elevated to the very next level, the next step.
thank you. I appreciate that.
That's just my take on it.
I appreciate that.
Second to the last question. I think we talked about this yesterday too. When we talk about spiritual gifts,
Hmm.
would you like to say um,
That
what you are working on, what you might be seeking guidance on? I know we talked about what you're
um
learning.
yeah, yeah. So wait, ask that again. Ask that again.
Spiritual gifts. What kind of spiritual gifts does Stacy is aware that she has, and have you been using them?
Okay. So I'm I'm definitely claircognizant. Just knowing, like I just know. Um I I know there's some others, but I need to settle my mind and do some meditating and all that to get back in that place where those gifts are being, you know, like we talked about, so you don't lose them or surrender them. Um, but yeah, I know I'm claircognizant, um, and yeah, I'm learning some other things, I guess, too. But that's the one thing I do know.
So the reason why I brought it up again tonight, Spirit wanted me to tell you this is one way for you to give, and I don't know why this word came up, but like a double whammy for your clients. Not only can you give them guidance, but you can give them beautiful works of art as well, and somehow incorporate that into your work.
Yeah,
You know, so
I
something to
know.
think about.
Yeah, and you're not the first person, and that's I know that too. I just don't know exactly how yet, but I know that I will know.
I think I understand our connection now. I'm getting it now. I'm supposed to help you with this. I don't even know how
Oh,
to.
oh,
But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
all right.
Any last words for us, Miss Stacy, before we ask for Cran and Carter? I'd like Carter to come up and share a little bit too.
No, yeah, I'm excited to hear from Carter too, for sure. I don't, I mean, nothing in particular. I appreciate it. I, I, it's when I came on with you, whenever it was, a few weeks ago, a month ago, however long that was, when I came to your first live and you called me up and whatever. And um, you and Cran particularly were very, you just let me know um, how much you love me. And I really appreciate that because it made a difference for me in in coming back out again and not staying in hermit mode. And I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah, I think I remember this was about 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I remember seeing you come in. I think we texted before that, but I wasn't expecting you to join our live, and when you did, I kept I kept hearing, okay, we're gonna get Stacy up here. Okay, we're gonna call on Stacy. Okay, get
Yeah.
ready. We're gonna call on Stacy. And before I could even say a name, you already knew it.
Oh, I totally knew. I
Yeah.
knew as soon as I came into the live too. And yeah, yeah, I knew when you started. Yeah, I knew.
No, I think a couple weeks before that, I kept saying nothing happens by coincidence. So I
Mhm.
think it was meant for you to be there at that time.
Yeah,
Spirit knew
definitely.
that you were ready.
Yeah.
Stacy may not have known she was ready, but Spirit knew you were
Right.
ready, right?
Yep, definitely.
So again, thank you again, Stacy, for being our featured guest this week. I'm really glad I got to talk to you and share your pieces with our community. I think you're an amazing woman. I think you're an incredible mom. And of course, I think you're one of my good friends.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that. And I wasn't expecting this from Periscope. I kept thinking, oh, I wonder if I ever be able to connect with Stacy. And I just felt like there wasn't a connection between us. I think maybe because I wasn't open to it, to be honest. I think
Mhm.
I was more protective of another person. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't so open to it. But
Yeah. I
it
agree.
was meant to be where that connection was put on timeout too,
Mhm.
because it was time for me to pick up this connection with you.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
glad I
agree.
did. I'm glad I did. I like seeing
Me
this
too.
rebirth of Stacy Michelle. And guys, if you're not following her, please follow her. Her website is stacymichelle.net, where you can see all of her pieces. Robert has said he's a brand ambassador and he can do marketing. Robert, if you can offer some tips,
Mm.
that would be great. You can message Stacy if that's okay with
Yeah.
you, Stacy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. And then of course, I don't need to ask you where it's gonna go after this to replay. It usually gets posted on Sunday, so you let
Mhm.
me know if that's okay. But at this
Yep.
time, I really would love to have. Let's see if she's in the chat. Really would love to have Cran join us if I could figure this damn thing out. Let's
Do
see.
you
Oh, she's not here. We're gonna
Oh, she's
invite
not.
Carter.
She probably
I
can
think,
whoops.
yeah. Go ahead.
Can I what do I do? Take this off my face. I can take the camera off and run to the bathroom real quick, right?
Yeah, you can.
Is that
Okay, I
okay?
don't know how you do that though. I
No,
don't know how
I
you do
know.
that
Oh,
though.
there's my new apartment, by the way. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I just got a new apartment, by the way. Living the life.
Congrats.
Love
Hey,
it.
how's it going, guys? Long time no
Good.
see.
Good, good. Carter, hold on for a second. Stacy, is there something you
Yeah.
can put over your camera? Stacy wants to go
No,
to
yeah,
the ladies' room
I
real
just
quick.
need to go like that and
There you go.
Okay.
Carter and I can talk for a little bit. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I'm really proud of myself. It's been 12
Uh,
years in the making.
that long, huh?
I've been a poet since I was 11 years old.
Thank you, Robert. I'm so shocked. It's something I didn't even think that was going on in your life. Not that I would think to find out, but when I did see it today, I thought it was amazing.
Thank you. Yes, my the link to get the book is not only in my Instagram bio, it's on my Facebook bio and my TikTok bio. Now,
Okay,
my TikTok, I believe, is it is Carter underscore Levi 6.
okay. Carter
And
underscore
then
Levi.
yes, 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 yes. And then obviously this one is Carter Vintage 6. It's like a mixture of my old poetry name and my new poetry name.
Is that what that
Um,
is?
yeah, because it's like Lynn Vintage, remember, was my old poetry name. Like Lynn Vintage. And then, I transitioned and now my name is Carter. So Carter Vintage, just mix it in with the old one, because I wanted to make a memory, I guess, and let myself know where I came from and stuff like that. So yeah. Um, and then of course it's on my Facebook. My Facebook is Carter Brink, and I'm probably going to be making a business or public page for that specific author type thing, where I put the link in there as well. So once I put my public Facebook page up, I will send you the link.
Do me a favor. I do want you to come back and talk about your book. I want you
Mhm.
to get everything settled first. And in
Mhm.
between, we're going to have a conversation so I can get some information from you. I'm going to share some information that was shared with me when I created this account to be a business account, and
Mhm.
it's changed my life.
Mhm.
It was I'm able to get into more people's feeds, and more people can see my things, my posts, and my I've actually gained, I don't know, 80 something followers in 1 week. I
Oh
never
wow.
had that before. So um, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna help you streamline everything so that you get more eyes on your product. Is what you want.
Yes, and I definitely want your help and Robert's help because I'm savvy with technology, but with marketing, I need a little extra oomph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I want it on any platform that I can get it on, because it's my work that I've been working on since I was 11 years old, and it's just my emotions and who I am. You know, that's just who I am. Like, that's the biggest passion that I've ever had in my life, was being a poet. And now that I'm able to tell people that I'm a published poet and slash author is literally amazing.
Yes, it's gonna add some credibility to you now with this book.
Yes, for sure. For
So
sure.
I definitely want to have you come back and be a featured guest, like how I have every week. I do a featured
Mhm.
guest, share their content, and then of course I do keep our replays on YouTube.
Awesome, awesome. That's
So
great.
anybody can go back and watch. And when I do YouTube, in the description, I want to be
Mhm.
able to share all of your links. I want to be able to share where you can find your product. Talk about, in our live, we can talk about how long you've been writing and what
Mhm.
inspires you to write. So we'll go through all that. So I don't want you to take too
Yeah,
much of your
yeah,
time.
totally, totally. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm doing really well. I got my own place now. I'm working 2 jobs that I absolutely love. I work as a substitute teacher's aide with the special needs kids.
Oh,
And
okay,
then I
that's a
work at a
great
nursing
job.
home. Love it. I love working with the little 4-year-olds, the UPK 4. Love it.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Let me tell you though, I've changed a lot of poopy diapers though. Poopy pull-ups. That's something.
Well,
But
let's practice. Let's practice when you become a parent. So you'll be okay.
yeah, for sure. And then I work with a dementia residents as well at a nursing home. So
So you have to be really patient with stuff like that.
yes, I used to not be very patient, but working with kids and old people that have dementia, especially, definitely teaches you patience right there. Because it's definitely not an easy job all the time, especially when the kids you tell them like 1,000 times and they but you have to be kind, you have to have a soft heart when you're working with these type of people, because a lot of these kids have a lot of processing issues,
Mm.
and sometimes they always don't understand what you're saying, and so you have to repeat yourself. But I don't mind it. Like, people like, well, I don't know how you do it, I don't like kids. I'm like, how could you not, like, have your heart light up and your smile on your face when you see a little kid get all excited when they see you and hug you, and it's like, oh, my heart and my heartstrings. Like, I just love it. Like, I always said that I didn't want to be a parent, recently, but honestly, if I had one, maybe that would be okay. Because you've known me for a while. You know how I am. Like, I'm a very nurturing person, a caring
Yeah.
person.
Let me
So,
ask you that. Let me put you on the. Let me put you on the. What do you call that?
spotlight.
I forget. Let me put you on the spot. By the way, have you met Stacy before? Stacy
Yes,
used to
yes, I
be,
have. Yes, I've been in her
yeah,
live many times in Periscope and I think a
Yep.
couple times on Instagram, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
good to see you, Carter.
Good to see you too, Stacy.
there was a point where you and I think we were Snapchatting each other or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? I asked
Yes.
you,
I
I
still
asked you
have
to
you, I think,
describe
on
yourself.
here.
Yeah, me too. I'd rarely use it though. But do you remember I gave you 3 words to describe yourself?
Yes, I remember that, but I don't remember the words, but I remember the exercise.
When you are my featured guest,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna recall it so you know.
Okay.
Let's just say let's just say the 3 words fit you perfectly to where you are in your life now.
Wow. That's talk about some manifestation right there.
I don't know if it was manifestation, but you know what? You had to do the work, not me. I just saw the vision.
Mm.
That's, you know what? That's something right there. That's something. I mean, it's not been an easy road for me, obviously. I've been struggling with some pretty bad mental illness, bipolar, anxiety, social anxiety, gender dysphoria, struggling with my identity since I was 14, but now I'm comfortable with who I am, working on transitioning into the person that I was always meant to be, um, getting back on my medical transition because there was a while I had a mental health crisis and I stopped taking everything. And I'm back on my meds now, getting back on hormones, hopefully soon. Um,
Remember,
yeah.
don't share too much now. We want to be able to talk about this when it's
Oh,
Right.
I have lots more. I have lots more to share. I could
okay.
write 5 million books on what's going on in my life right now.
Well, we do definitely want to share your book. So, would you
Yes.
do me a favor and share your book title with the room?
Yes. My book title is called My Poetry Collection, Volume 1 by Carter Levi Brink. That is my.
Got it.
hmm
You should be so proud of that. Wow.
I am. You have no idea. When I was able to publish it today, it was so weird because obviously we're spiritual. We're all spiritual people here, and we believe in, you know, sequencing numbers and stuff and signs and whatever. And so this really has me going. But so when I published it and sent out the posts and the links that I made, it set at 111. And then as soon as I went to go post a link to my book that you can buy online, on TikTok, where you have like you can put websites in your bio and stuff. I saw my followers and it said 1111. I shit you not.
Wow. That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, 111, 1111. As soon as I publish my book, that tells me something right there.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
But
definitely want you to come back and be my guest, but we're going to be talking in between for sure.
yes,
So
definitely hit me up, okay, Luca?
yeah, what I am going to do is going to give you my number though. I'd rather you text you if that's okay, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times I don't go into my messages here. Just just say
Now, I think I might have your number that you gave me before. I don't know if it's the same number or if you changed
still the
it.
same, still
Okay,
the
I'll
same.
look through it. I'll look through my contacts to see if I have you on there, and if not, I'll hit you up for it.
Yeah, I wanna share with you some advice that was shared with me, so
Mm-hmm.
that my account would look different and it's easy to get to.
Mm.
Stacy's already on that path. I've looked at her account. She's already on that path. So the biggest thing was the type of font you use, and also to make your profile easy to find is to get rid of all the punctuations. One name. Thank you, Victoria Prince, for that. Victoria Prince music shared that with you a couple weeks ago. But you want to make it so that your website, your everything is connected. Everything is so easy to find that if we
Mm-hmm.
was to go to Stacy Michelle, I'd take you to Instagram. StacyMichelle.net, I'm on her website.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy Michelle might be on TikTok. So There's two apps that you should be on, that you probably on now. That is TikTok, number one, and Instagram.
I'm on
You should be
both,
on
and
those
I
two.
definitely have my stuff uploaded there now. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
we're going to be
promote my
talking
stuff.
for sure. I'm gonna try and
Okay.
help you get everything
I
set up for
definitely
that.
need the help. I'm a newbie here, so.
And if you wanted to message Robert, you can. That's okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna add one more person, if that's all right with you both.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is actually one of the staples for us, or is becoming one of the staples for us. And I know she always has words of wisdom for us. So let's see if you guys can guess. Stacy, can you guess who it is? Ah, of course she did. Well, Cran's not here,
Right.
but I did try and invite Miss V.
Yeah, Miss
We'll
Oh,
see.
V.
Miss V. I love Miss V.
There she is.
Hi, V.
Okay. I was like, I didn't push the button. I'm not
No, I did.
being, I'm not be nosy. Then I'm like, oh, he sent it to me.
Hey, Miss V, have you met Carter yet?
Um, I'm not sure.
I
Okay,
have you
Carter was
on, I think I
OG.
have you on Facebook, Miss V.
Okay.
Carter Brink.
Yep. You probably look. I got a whole bunch of Facebook people.
Yeah, I have you on here on Instagram and Facebook, I believe, because I
Okay.
know all of us are friends with Stacy Bennett as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
that's where I found your profile as I saw you comment under hers, and I was like, "Hey, I know her from Periscope," and I was like,
Hmm.
"Yes, I want to add her so bad. She's awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacy's doing really good on TikTok.
Congratulations on publishing a book.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm really proud of myself. Never
You should
thought in a
be.
million
Good.
years.
You should be.
And you
Yeah.
know what's really funny, actually? I got a medium read by this wonderful person and her husband, and she said something that dawned on me. She said, either now, it's in the works right now, or coming very, very soon. You're gonna be presented with an opportunity about something you're passionate about. And then
Mm.
now I look back, I'm like, no crap. That's exactly what she was talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
girl.
I like
Yeah,
I
when
so,
things
remember.
come together like that. Like later they come together, you know?
yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't always know when you're given a reading, you don't always know what they're talking about. It's a
Or
lot
Right.
of it comes together later for you.
Yeah, look at my Halloween decorations.
Oh,
Hello!
you're all set. You're
They're
all set.
vintage too. They're vintage
I see that.
1960s Halloween decorations.
I used to put them up in 1970, around that era. But I used to put those up in our house too
Vintage,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Vintage.
vintage.
Vintage. Not
Yeah.
to age anybody here.
No, but you know what I'm
I
looking at
had to
right
put
now?
glasses on so I could see.
I'm
That's
looking at
funny.
three other people on my screen that have just the coolest hair. Of course, Stacy's, love it. And Miss V, she's got that swag going off to one
Mhm.
side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love
Love that.
that.
And her nails, though. Yes, queen.
And Carter's got this clean look, and is it red?
Mm-mm. It's dirty blonde. It's just
Dirty
the
blonde.
lighting, I think. Maybe
Yeah,
I do have slight strawberry blonde hair, like very slight now. Maybe it's that. Like I have a sometimes in the light I have a red hue to my hair. It's like strawberry
Mhm.
blonde, dark blonde. So maybe that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
yeah.
My mother
Mine's
was
is gray
black.
if you can't tell. Michelle?
I
You always have a hat
actually
on like
buzzed my hair off. This is growing out from a buzz cut.
I
Yeah,
almost
no,
buzzed
actually,
mine
I
off.
don't know if I want to put this out on the internet, but I'll just whisper it. I was tired of just having my head when it's still hot. The hair bothers me, my ears and everything else.
Mm,
I hate that. So I
me
buzzed
too.
it myself, and I
Mhm.
wasn't happy because I didn't understand that underneath all the darker colored top of the hair is the real gray and white hair. So guess what I
Yeah.
ended up doing yesterday? ended up doing one of these yesterday. Getting it turned back to a darker color.
Oh goodness.
I said I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna change this to the gray and see what the gray look like.
You know
Mm.
what? I actually like that. I like that color.
I'm such a fan of the gray silver. Obviously, I've been wearing that for a while now.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it matches you. So for those of you who may not know in the room, everybody I think was from Periscope, everybody used to be in our spiritual scopes. Robert Farco. Okay, Robert Farco is a friend of mine who used to join me when I used to do drunken trivia. I did
Mm-hmm.
drunken trivia of all things. But he was one of the OGs from Periscope as well. He went through some time where he got ill as well. So if you see his comment that says, I have no hair, it was one of those things.
Okay, got you.
But like you said earlier, Robert, I think you said you're in remission as well. So that's great news.
Yeah, I think I saw that comment. I
Yeah.
can't scroll
Yeah.
back now because I accidentally
Yeah. No, it's
bumped
okay.
myself out.
It's okay. I usually take notes during our, even before that. Oh, okay. I usually take notes during our talk. So I have all of Carter's information. I have some information from you as well, Stacy. Stacy, when's your next event coming up where you are going to be
Um,
showcasing your
I've
work?
I've been invited to one at the beginning of November. I'm not sure if I'm going to go. Um, I'm kind of trying to, I think, slow down on the events and focus more on, getting into stores. Events are a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
A
Cause you
lot of
got
work.
stuff in, set it up, and then wait for people to come by, and you have to explain to them
Hmm.
what you're doing and
It's,
what.
I mean, and we always have to travel. We always have to travel. So yeah, travel. You've got to load up before you travel. You've got to unload when you get there, set up, do the whole day, then tear down, and then travel home. It's just a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
work.
yeah,
It is. It
Yeah.
is. I don't know. Me personally, I know there's a couple places like this local like Crystal Oracle shop that I'm really good friends with the owner and the whole people that work there. 'Cause I dated one of the guys that works there. He's still my best friend. Amazing guy. But
cool.
I'm gonna ask if I can do like a pop-up book sale or something there.
Mm-hmm.
That might be kind of
Yes.
fun. Or go to this, it's called the Mental Health Association. It's where people can have mental health groups. If they're addicted to substances, they can get help. There's resources for housing. It's amazing. I'm going to see if the owners and the president will let me sell my books there too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have lots of creative art groups there as well.
Those
So.
are great ideas, Carter.
Yes, I'm
Those
trying. I'm really trying to get myself out there, and thank God, Luca is going to help me as well get myself out there even more. I
I'm going
appreciate
to try
him.
my best. I'm going to try my
He's
best.
been nothing but supportive over the years. Years. It's been so long since I've known Luca and Stacy. Miss V, I know she's a bit new. I know I've seen her from Periscope, but I've never really talked to her that much. So, hi, nice to meet you finally. I'm Carter. You're
Yes,
awesome.
nice to meet you as well.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really thankful for everybody's support. You, Stacy Bennett, Miss V now, and Luca. I'm very grateful for all of you.
Well, it was nice
Got some.
talking to you too, for sure. And I know we're going to talk some more. Please find my number. Make sure you have it so
Hmm.
that we can. It's easier for me that way. But I
So
would
much.
like to have you share your work with us. You know.
Yes, 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 yes. Especially when I get my physical copies, I can, if it's okay with you, when I actually get my physical copies to come up and share some of my poetry with you
Yeah.
that I
Why
have in my
not?
book.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I think people would
So
enjoy that.
one of
Poetry.
the things that we are trying to create with this community, one of my desires is to one feature creators of all types. It's not I didn't want it to be just a place where we come and talk about spirituality, whether it be Jesus, whether it be tarot reading, whether it be mediumship. or a psychic. I didn't want it to be just that because there's a lot of people doing just that already. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have a place, a safe place, where creatives of all types can come and share their work. I was looking for writers, and guess what happened? I see you today. I'm
Mhm.
looking for jewelry designers, and guess what happened? Stacy and I reconnect. I'm
Mhm.
looking for people that are influencers, and just 2 weeks ago, one of the major
Victoria.
influencers, Victoria Prince, on here,
Mhm.
62 something thousand followers, and I've been following her from Periscope, and she gave it a nod. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
So God,
awesome.
well, okay, the
It all
universe
comes
and God are
together.
putting people in my life because
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to manifest this, and I've been trying since January. And this is October, and all the right pieces are falling into place. So that's what this place is for, Carter. So I really would like for you to come and share that. Towards the end of the first part is more formal. We do interview and stuff like that. But towards the end of it is when I just call people up and we can chit chat, we can touch bases, we can
Mm-hmm.
meet new faces like Miss V. And for those
Mm-hmm.
of you who don't know, Miss Lady V got it going on. Now that's a name, a mouthful,
I
but
love it.
she's a beautiful voice. She's got a really good singing voice.
Yes,
I don't
she
know if she does
does.
that on TikTok or does it
I
on
don't
Instagram.
TikTok. I haven't done it on TikTok. Um, I went out last night to karaoke. And,
I just did karaoke tonight. I sing Phantom of the Opera. So, hey.
Wow.
okay.
Music of the night. Music of the night.
And so I got up in my little couple of signature songs. And
Mm-hmm.
really love Get Here if you can. And so that's what I did.
Yeah.
It's something that I love to do. So
Awesome.
I
Me
wish
too. That's
I
where
wish
me
I
and you
could sing.
relate.
There are
I
things
can't.
in
I
our
can't
life.
sing.
There are things in our life that help us to um, either one deal with certain emotions, deal
Mm-hmm.
with the hard times, that helps us to get over a heartbreak, that helps us
mhm,
to even to edify ourselves and to make us feel good about ourselves. One of
mhm.
the things is creating or designing, like
Mhm.
jewelry. The other is writing.
Yeah.
And there's a third, singing.
Mm-hmm.
And
People talk a lot
dancing.
about how crying gets us past this hurt and this mode and gets us over that hill, but there are other things that we can do in our lives that can help us get past this little hiccup in our lives, whether
Mhm.
it be an illness, whether it be a mental illness, whether it be a struggle with a family, whether it be a divorce, or even a
Mhm.
loss,
Mhm.
a death in a family.
And I get these glasses.
Singing, writing, creating, crying. That's one of the other ones as well. But it is
Dancing.
something. Dancing is
Yeah.
another. You're absolutely right.
Mhm.
Uh,
And that's good for us. It's good for our soul. It's good for
Body
our body.
movement.
That's good for
Yeah.
our mind. It gets our juices flowing. It gets our creative juices flowing as well. So I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of all of you. For
I'm
me,
proud of
I
us.
like working. I like working. I like getting in the sun. I like getting a long day of working. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my outlet. But that's what this community is for us to come on and share, for us to talk
mhm.
about these struggles that we have, for us to talk about even the great news like what Robert is sharing about his remission.
Mhm.
Mm.
I see your
Good job,
comments, Robert.
Robert.
I see your comments.
Like I was
And
telling my daughter, she when she came downstairs earlier, and I was talking to Cran and shoot, Tanya, and she was like, "Mama, who is these people are you talking to?" I said, "These are people that helped me through my illness when I couldn't sleep at night and I had a lot of stuff on my mind." I said,
Mm.
"So that got me through some of the
Hi,
rough
Robert.
in my life because." I could be on there all night long talking to whoever, popped in or showed up or whatever. It got me through a real hard time of my life.
I
Yeah.
feel.
Into some
But
crazy, but I got past the crazies and found the same people that I could actually talk to.
yes,
Mhm.
there are going to be staples in your life. There's going to be people who are staples in your life that you know you
Right.
can turn to, that you know you can lean on, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be without prejudice, without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll say this too. The reason why I go live, because there are times when I was saying earlier with Stacy, there are times when I miss the interaction just talking with someone.
Yeah.
So just doing what we're doing tonight here and every Friday, it also helps me. It
Mm-hmm.
also helps me because there's times during the week where I go through some major depression, but
Mm.
I don't ever talk about it. I don't ever show it. For me, it feels like it's the weakness if I show it, especially I'm around people all the time. So I harness that energy and I keep it inside of me. But even that's
Taking
not
that
good.
energy on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good because it clutters my mind, clutters my thinking, my judgment, and I can't even use my abilities the way it needs to, should be used when I'm
Mm-hmm.
cluttered with all of this emotion in my head, in my heart.
Right.
I don't want to deal with
this,
that anymore.
this gentleman, and I was kind of sharing with him. I'm like, I'm not used to this particular lifestyle that I'm living at the moment. And he was like, it's just for a moment, and you let go of all the negative thinking that you're doing. And I'm like, oh, did you just
Mm.
demand that I let go and stuff? And I'm
Some,
like, okay, you're right. It is just a momentary thing.
Sometimes it takes a stranger to tell us the things we need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
it's up to
true.
us whether or not we want to listen.
And when he said it, I was like, you're absolutely right. This
Yep,
is a
yep,
temporary situation in my life right now.
yep.
Mhm.
Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Believe me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they say that old cliche, this too shall pass, it will.
Oh,
It
my
will.
But
back.
there are certain things that we each have to learn from this thing before it passes.
Mhm.
There are certain
Hi,
things we need
Beverly.
to we need to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm learning that for myself. There's certain things I need to learn as well. And I went through a very difficult lesson just recently. Hey, Carrie, welcome, Carrie. And I talked to Stacy about it yesterday, and it was cluttering my mind, my thoughts, my abilities. The, I couldn't even do readings properly. I couldn't
Wow.
because my mind was so cluttered with uh, with another person,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't healthy. It's not the right thing for me to be in. And I was finally able just a few weeks ago. It was the same week, just before, oh, just the Victoria hat was on. That week, everything became clear because I really want for this community to be a success. And you know what? We are making small strides. We are gaining ground a little, an inch at a time. But I'll take an inch any day over
Mm-hmm.
going back.
Then again,
Everyone.
then to not be moving forward. I
Yep.
choose to move forward.
Yep. And by us moving forward, I mean I want for Stacy to be with me and Miss V and Carrie and the other Carrie Chaos Girl and Carter and anybody else who wants to come along for the ride and Piper Boy even and Robert. You know, this is where I want to make myself home right here in IG Live. And I hope that people will join. I hope people will come. I hope the same people that I can depend on will come. Really will.
Yep. And
So
it'll grow.
it will.
Mm-hmm.
It will. Because we got great people and everybody
Definitely.
trying to do their part. We're all trying to live our lives and everybody trying to do their part.
Mm-hmm.
So, Miss Stacy, any last words for us? I know it's late for everybody. If you guys can see the time behind me, it's time. It's beer time for me. But Miss Stacy,
I know he's so much. Wait, what time is it there, Luca? I couldn't see it very well.
so it's maybe 7:35, something like that.
It's
Yeah, you're
7:35 for
4
you.
hours.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 12:35.
I'm still at
Mm.
happy hour. I'm still at happy hour mode. So I've got a
Okay.
few more hours.
It's 1:35 a.m. for me.
Yeah, but you're nocturnal. You don't sleep.
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Miss
Yeah, I'm in
Stacy, any last words for us?
the section.
um, no, no, I don't. I never know what to say at the last minute. Just
I know. I know.
appreciate
I don't mean to
appreciate
put you on the spot, but oh,
it.
look, Cran's here too.
I know Cran's
Yay,
back.
Cran! Carter, any last words for us?
So thank you for everybody who's inspired me and, been my friend through Periscope and meeting new people. And I'm very proud of myself and thank you for
Should
being
be
on my journey with me.
cool.
Hmm.
Cool. Miss B?
That's good.
You know what? I think the universe. What was it, Gus? This man said God, universe, and spirit. Gus.
Oh wow,
Like, oh,
nice.
that's cool. I thank Gus for each and every one of y'all that helped me get through a hard time, to help me move forward, to help me understand some things that were going on that I wasn't what thought. People like to say, how can you believe in such a thing when that was something that was a part of me my whole life? And it just woke up. And I was like, I'm not going backwards. I'm not allowing myself to go back to a sick way of thinking
Mhm.
when I know that it's something much, much more. So I do appreciate moving
Absolutely.
forward and
Absolutely.
everyone a part of my life. Even though we are in parts of the country, we still are one.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'd like to say something before
Mm.
we end our stream. I forget to say this every week, but if you haven't followed anyone in the room, all you have to do is click on their icon or click on their name, and it'll give you an option to follow them. Please
Mm-hmm.
follow Stacy, Carter, V. They are all going to be upcoming guests, especially Carter and Miss V. Oh, Miss V didn't know that yet, but she does now. So thank you.
So I will get some songs together because mine will be about
Good.
singing
Okay. Okay.
and spiritual. Yeah, singing and spiritual.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I Gus wants you to know, Miss B, that you're on the right track. Gus wants you to know you're on the right track. Gus wants you to know, Spirit wants you to know that there is something you're seeking, and it's going to come to you.
Mhm.
And it's probably going to come to you when you least expect it. I know you hear that a lot,
Yeah.
but really, seriously, it's going to come to you when you least expect it. And it's going to come from a source you would never expect it to come.
Would never expect it to come from.
No, no. This
I just
this
hope
person, I don't
it's
know.
done with going over in my mind. What can I do? What can I fix? How can I fix it? What else can I? When I just know it is gonna be.
Mhm.
I think what I'm hearing is that sometimes there's a struggle with self belief,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes there's not the support that you need from the people that are around you now.
I have few people that feel the or think the same way I do. I'm in this area what they call the Bible Belt, so they only
Luca,
want me
I gotta drop down.
in the Jesus.
Okay. Thank
Bye,
you, you guys.
Stacy.
I'll just be done. Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
I'm in the Bible, so no matter what I may say, they are just simply going to believe what they want to believe, and they're stuck their beliefs, and that's fine. I'm not here to change their beliefs, but I'm not going to walk in your beliefs because mine change.
So Spirit wants you to know, Miss B, do not shape your thoughts or the your words to fit somebody else's um, fit someone else's idea of who you should be.
Mm,
Because there is a fire in you that is still lit but hasn't been fed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it has to do with the people in your life that are not the right people for now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But don't change the way you are, how you speak, your feelings, your thoughts, or anything, because it fits their narrative of who you think you should be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's exactly what I told my daughter this evening. I can't change. I'm an alpha female. That is who I am, and I'm not gonna change that for nobody.
Yeah,
mm,
it's hard when you're in a house that has two alpha females because somebody
mm.
has to step down, and when one refuses to step back, there's going to be difficulty. So please know
So,
that.
so my thing is, I stay out of the way of the alpha female because it's her house.
That's out of respect, and I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But by you doing that, I'm not saying you have to be disrespectful in any way, of course not. But by you doing every time you do that, there is a portion of yourself that's like you're chipping away at your own spirit. You're chipping away at your own beliefs every single time.
Mm, okay.
You have to
Yeah.
remember that. You have to remember that.
Okay.
We need Miss
Mm-hmm.
B to be whole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
Crab
Got it.
giving advice again. Cool. Cool.
You're doing well. You are doing well.
Okay, Luca. Hey, I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna eat some dinner,
Yep.
and go to bed so I can wake up in the morning and feel refreshed. And I hope you have a wonderful day, Miss V and Luca
You too.
and Cran and Robert and Stacy if you're still watching.
You too,
But
Mom.
thank you for everything.
You
Okay,
have a
Carter.
good
Thank you so much. We'll be in touch, okay?
Okay, thank you guys.
Cool. And for
Bye bye.
everybody else that are still on, please don't forget to go check out the YouTube channel where all the replay is. Don't forget to subscribe. That helps me out a lot so I can post more or upload more videos. And Ms. V,
mm-hmm.
I think you
Mm-hmm.
need to hear this, Ms. V. I think you need to hear this. I'm hearing you need to hear this. Ms. V, I love you.
I
I
love
love
you
you a
back.
lot. You're an incredible woman, okay? Don't give up
And I
who you are for anybody else.
appreciate
Absolutely.
and we are whole regardless of what the world or the situation says. We are whole.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. If I haven't said it, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Thank you all the replay viewers for watching on YouTube. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm not asking for any likes or anything like that, but if you do, great. If not, at least watch the replay. I think you're going to see some interesting conversation
That's
that
right.
happened tonight. Next couple weeks, I have some really cool guests coming up. Halloween week, I have someone coming, and I don't want to let this cat out of the bag yet. But I was just confirmed today. I have a guest who is going to be joining us that night, and she's going to be bringing some things with her that is going to scare the living daylights out of you. But it's all meant in fun.
Oh, it sounds good.
I hope I hope everybody joins because I worked hard to get this person to join us. But I
Okay.
appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody coming in. Misty, again, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You have a good Saturday. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you for joining.